In other words, Mr. Heyman, you're...
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, wait. Whoa, it is. It is. It's the Beast. Brock Lesnar. Good God in heaven. What is he doing here? He quit. He quit last summer. Back. The question's not what is he doing here. It's what is he going to do now that he is here? Oh, he's dangerous. He broke Shawn Michaels' arm. He broke Triple H's arm. And he's here tonight, live on Monday Night Raw. Look out, look out. What is this all about? Yes, as good as mine. This doesn't end well.
If I were you, wouldn't do something I would regret later on. Think about it.
WBCB presents Pro Wrestling Weekly.
Tell me he didn't just say that.
Call in with a question or comment at 215-949-3232 or 888-922-2149.
The Tower of Power, too sweet to be sour, funky like a monkey, oh yeah.
And now, here's your host of Pro Wrestling Weekly, Fearon Derry.
It doesn't matter what your name is.
Really? Yeah!
Hello and welcome to Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. Fearon Derry here with you, giving you one of numerous highlights over the course of the week. The return of Brock Lesnar to WWE and Monday Night Raw. Just one of the numerous bits of the fallout from the Royal Rumble this past Sunday. Fearon Derry here with you. We've got Starship Matt. He's taking the phone calls. Make sure to give him a call, chat him up a little bit, 215-949-3232 or toll free at 888-922-2149. Also, Theo the Extern's in the house with, again, I mean, where to start? I mean, we mentioned Lesnar. I mean, you've got the, you heard that on the audio clip there. Of course, from the Rumble itself, John Cena winning the Royal Rumble pay-per-view to challenge a champion of his choice. Not that it's really that big of a shock. And, well, a shock in this case, actually, at least for me. The Rock beating CM Punk, ending his 434-day reign as WWE champion
Huge
longest
shot.
in 25 years plus. And now at 40 years old, the jabroni beaten, I could go over all the nicknames, so it'd take the whole hour. But The Rock is your WWE champion.
Well, I'm going to tell you like this, and I'm sure you saw when I was on the Facebook page during the Royal Rumble, I was pumping to everybody. I said, John Cena, now that John Cena has won the Rumble, I guarantee that The Rock was going to lose and CM Punk was going to win so they could set up the Cena-CM Punk WrestleMania. And I was even trying to bait a couple of people into throwing some credits into a bet, but no one took the bait, and they should have because they would have won some money off of me.
A few shekels or something like that.
Sandwiches, yeah.
Sandwiches. There we go. Yeah, something like that. But maybe you'll have a chance to go double or nothing with the Elimination Chamber coming up only 2 weeks from tomorrow. Quick turnaround between the end of the Rumble and now Elimination Chamber. Just a 3-week gap between the two pay-per-views. 2 matches announced. 1 is set. It is a rematch. The Rock against CM Punk for the title. An audio clip I probably could have put in there, but I mean there were so many things that could have been all clips pretty much this past week. But CM Punk saying that he didn't lose because at the pay-per-view, the lights went out. What was presumed to be the Shield interfered in the match, put The Rock through the announcer's table, and Punk making the pinfall, but all of a sudden out comes Vince McMahon. He gets ready to strip CM Punk of the title, and The Rock says, no. Although with a lot more breaths in between because at that point he was exhausted. Yeah. He said, if anybody's going to take the belt off of him, it's going to be me. So then Vince, in typical Vince fashion, says, all right, restart the match. And back we go, and a people's elbow later, The Rock is your WWE champion.
I jumped off my couch. like a 12-year-old kid because I'm a huge Rocky guy. I've always been, and he's been catching a lot of flack lately, I guess from some of the wrestling purists that aren't exactly entertained by him anymore. A lot of people were coming out saying they didn't like the match, but me personally, for my money, I thought it was a well-spent $65.
This is probably the same people who are criticizing are probably the same ones who were getting in trouble in elementary school for having 2 words for people during the Attitude Era. So now this is kind of their way at spiting, at thumbing their nose at somebody from that era that hasn't apparently quite ended yet, as the Rock is still around. They said the end of an era with Triple H and The Undertaker, the Hell in a Cell match from last WrestleMania, but at least one star from that era is still obviously at the top of his game.
Yeah, Rocky's still around. Absolutely.
All right, so much to get into. Lots of news as well. One thing, let me get into this about the Rumble itself. Kudos to WWE for being able to keep secrets. I mean, people were reporting everywhere, and I've read the spoilers, but it was reluctantly. They were kind of thrown at me. I don't want to throw names of people who were throwing them out there, but because Carlito and Shelton Benjamin and Shane Hurricane Helms, Chris Masters, they were in town in Phoenix for a different event the night before the Rumble. Immediately, everybody's jumping on. Oh, those 4 guys are in town. They're going to be in the Rumble. They're going to be in the Rumble. Bank on it. And no, not a single one of them were in the Rumble. But what we did get, I think satisfied a lot of fans. I mean, starting off with the number 2 entrant, Chris Jericho, who's been off TV for 5 months now. He's been touring with Fozzy. One thing, though, Phoenix, fans who went to the Rumble, seriously, a "You Still Got It" chant? He's been gone for 5 months. Was that really necessary? I mean, if anything, the chant's response should have been "Never lost it," because he hasn't. I mean, I don't know. That really.
I was actually a little surprised to see Jericho because I remember reading an article in late 2012 where he had pretty much guaranteed the WWE universe that he wasn't going to be a part of WrestleMania this year. So you figure if you're not going to be a part of WrestleMania, you're definitely not going to be a part of the Royal Rumble, which is the beginning of the road to WrestleMania.
Well, the thing with Jericho, he's all about creating, and this is one of the things I've always loved about him, he's always about creating that surprise. So it very well, he could have thrown that out there as a work just to get people thinking, all right, he's declared he's not going to be there, don't even think about him. And then when you don't think about him or don't expect him to be around, boom, that's when he shows up. That's something that was always great about him. I mean, even going back to his initial debut in the then World Wrestling Federation, the countdown to the millennium.
That was great,
August
wasn't it?
1999. I know, I remember it like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, going toe-to-toe verbally with The Rock.
Yeah.
It all kind of comes full circle. It's amazing. But yeah, that just, I don't know, that really, but I mean, we got Chris Jericho, we got Goldust.
Goldust, yes.
Kind of hopefully setting up the feud that he was kind of pining for like a couple of years ago of, a brother versus brother match. Cody Rhodes against Goldust, and they might be heading in that direction now that, as it was announced last night on SmackDown, the disbanding of Rhodes Scholars.
Yeah.
So they're looking to pursue their singles careers. Might that be setting up a Goldust Cody Rhodes match at WrestleMania? I don't know. We got about 9 weeks to find out, but hey, I'd be up for it. I think that'd be a heck of a mid-card match.
Well, when they were going at it during the Royal Rumble, that was one of the most intriguing parts of the Rumble to me, was watching Dusty's two offsprings go head-to-head with each other. So
wouldn't it surprise me how surprising would it have been if the next entrant had been Dusty?
Oh,
you
my
just
God,
hear,
that would have been great.
American. The place would have come unglued.
Maybe he might be the special guest referee.
Hey, oh wow! See,
yeah,
we're doing better booking this than the comedy writers, Brian Gewirtz and everybody else down there. Oh no, all right, I can't rip them too. Actually, yeah, I saw Raw Roulette. Yes, I can.
You rip them.
The karaoke, the body slam challenge. What else
Young
was
having
there?
a baby.
Well, I'm just talking about this past Monday.
This past Monday. Oh God.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, just the dance off that stemmed from the initial horrible spin of the lingerie pillow fight between Tensai and Brodus Clay.
Yeah. Which I think they need to do something with Brodus Clay. Do you like Brodus Clay?
It's one of the, I mean, I've seen it live, and it gets a great reaction live. It's just, it's played out on television. Mm-hmm. You've seen the same thing every week on TV, but it's one of those deals where whenever it comes to town, the crowd pops big for it because it's live, it's in person. The big disco ball comes from the ceiling, and you got the music going on. One surprise that I had no prediction of, but something that wouldn't surprise me if WWE did down the road, if they keep Brodus Clay with this character, let's say for the Royal Rumble 2014, having just in the ring Brodus Clay, and all of a sudden the same music hits, and out comes Ernest the Cat Miller.
Oh God! Wow. Bringing it back.
The Somebody Call My Mama dance off.
Yes.
I'm surprised they haven't done it. Now that I've said it, they probably will do it. And if that's the case, you heard it here first.
Well, speaking of the Royal Rumble and surprises, how about The Godfather making a brief return to the Rumble in the WWE?
Very, very brief. He was in the ring 3 seconds.
Got kicked out.
I think that was tied for top 5 shortest entries or time lasting in the Rumble.
I wonder how much money he got paid just for those 3 seconds of performance.
Probably more than what he would have made with those ladies that were with him. I don't know.
I would have to agree with that.
Yeah, they looked like they were more dressed for a business dinner. But this isn't the Attitude Era anymore. They even near the end of his run, when I guess he was still getting flack, it kind of went from, there was that brief period where, they still had the Ho Train music, but they talked about how they were escorts because The Godfather went legitimate.
Oh, yeah. Before he joined the PTC.
The right to censor, yeah. The mock of the PTC, the Parents Television Council. I know. So much of this and more news, of course, Vince getting that F5. He's going to be off TV for a while. We'll talk a little bit about that. Possibility of The Undertaker not being at WrestleMania 29 in a match. We've got that to talk about. We've got more on the Tammy Sitch developments, and a little bit of news about TNA Impact coming down the road. We've got that coming up. A David Hasselhoff, Eric Bischoff update. We'll talk about that. And some more news on the Hulkster because he just can't stay away from the news. And a little bit of Super Bowl talk as well. A couple of Super Bowl stories.
Super Bowl?
A little bit, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there is a Super Bowl and wrestling connection. I've got a couple of stories on that as well.
Can't wait
Plus,
to
we'll
hear
get to Old School, who's been hanging on, as well as Ron on the other side. Let's take care of some business first. Like I said, so much to talk about, and then we'll get to you on the other side. 215-949-3232. Toll free, 888-922-2149. Those are the ways to reach us. If you're a little shy to talk on the air, although I continually insist you can hardly sound worse than I do, there's always the Facebook fan page, WBCB Pro Wrestling Weekly. Go ahead and like us. Put your comments up on the wall. We'll go ahead and read them on the air. And again, it hardly could sound worse than I do. With Theo the Extern, Starship Matt, answering the phones, I'm Fearon Derry. This is Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com.